My first impression when I played the Minimoog Model D was that this sound is beautiful. It's just a very rich tone. So I started with just a single wave. I think I used the saw wave to start, and then added a second oscillator, and it fattened the tone even more. When I switched on the third oscillator eventually and made it a lower octave, it's just, the sound can be anything from a beautiful, rich, soaring single tone to like this giant, fat, like epic, godlike synthesizer sound. I'm a Yamaha artist and mostly play Yamaha keyboards, but when it comes to analog synthesizers, I tend to prefer Moog. I use analog synthesizers to fill out the low end in a way that you can only really get from analog sounds. It sounds fat because of the technicality of it. From a digital instrument, you are creating a sound wave in steps because digital equals one versus 0. It's on or off. Whereas an analog synthesizer, it's a continuous wave. And so it's a very subtle difference, but sometimes you want to use an analog synthesizer like the Model D to create a wave that you can only get from a true analog circuitry. The Model D in particular is a very living and breathing instrument with the controls right in front of you, and it's not too crazy of an interface of controls. It's accessible. You can explore, and it makes you explore. You have to. You can't save presets, which is pretty cool. So it turns it into this extension of yourself, this musical extension that is really, it's a very unique experience for creating using that interface.
Minimoog, the first thing is the way it looks. It looks incredible. It looks super retro, the old wood paneling, the riveted modulation and pitch knobs, even the colors down to the blues and the reds that they chose and that font on it. It's very, very cool looking. And just with the simple functionality that it has, the simple sections that it has, you're really twisting and turning while you're playing so much more. Like on my Nord, I made these great patches and I'm gonna play, but when you get on the Minimoog or these other Voyagers, you just want to like ease into a sound or filter into a sound or filter out of a sound or cut off something, or you really have to play the parts right because it's a breathable instrument. It moves, it comes in, it comes out, it goes up, it goes down. Everything's breathing about all the Moog instruments. They're not harder to play, they just make you play better. The sub-octaves on the Minimoog are lethal. they're pretty gnarly. I turned off everything except the low subs, and we got a noise complaint. It's pretty awesome. It rumbles really, really hard. And then you can throw one of the oscillators up into a different octave and get this weird low subby with this high classic Moog sound on top of it. Super cool. Really, really cool. If you know Moogs well enough, you could hear a sound in a record and almost know that it's a Moog. They have a very distinct sound. Even with the presets and all that stuff, it's still very, very distinct monophonic Moog, which is classic and great. And yeah, you could turn any Moog on, this Minimoog on, and immediately have an idea. And then you start to twist the knobs, and then start to grow, and then, oh my God, this is cool. And it's all you gotta do is turn it on.
When you want to go retrospective and you want to get that sound that they couldn't get enough of in the 70s especially, and then the 80s, you have to go analog because you can't replicate it digitally. It's impossible, literally, because of the physical nature of it. You can't replicate an analog signal with a digital instrument. You can get really close, but it's not going to be the same. And the Moog is a classic sound that I love